Hey everyone, in today's video I wanted to do a rod and reel arsenal for you guys for the 2025 season. Some people may not like this, some people might. This is the kind of video I kind of like to watch. It gives me an idea of maybe what I could buy in the future from other people, or I should say other fishermen. I got 5 categories to go over. This is going to be my first category, and these are my moving bait rods. So we'll start off with this one here. And I'm going to start off by saying most of my rods are Abu Garcia. The reels are Abu Garcia as well. So I won't be saying the name unless I get to certain ones that are a different brand. But typically I'm running Abu Garcia rods and reels. And yeah, so let's jump into it. This is a Veritas PLX. It's a 7.3 medium heavy. And I got it paired up with the Abu Garcia Revo Rocket. And that's a 10:1 to 1 gear ratio reel, so it's super fast. This is kind of a do-it-all rod. I mainly bought this rod for swim jigs and buzz baits, but I also will use this for a Texas rig, or mainly that's it, honestly. Texas rig, buzz bait, and swim jig. Next up, this is a Veritas. It's a 7-foot medium with the Revo Premier, 7.3 to 1, or yeah, 7.3 to 1. And this one I use for my smaller top waters, like smaller poppers and my smaller walking baits. And my next rod, this is my other top water rod. This is gonna throw my bigger top waters. This is the Veritas 7.3 medium heavy, fast action, paired up with the Abu Garcia Revo ALF HS, which is an 8:1 gear ratio reel. And this one, like I said, is just going to throw my bigger top waters. Next up, this is my medium diving crankbait rod. This is Ike Delay Series rod. It's a 7'6" medium, moderate fast action, paired up with the Revo X. It's a winch series of X. It's a 5.4 to 1 gear ratio reel. Next up, this is my deep diving crankbait rod, or I will also throw heavier spinner baits on this. This is a Veritas winch series rod, 711 heavy, 711 heavy, moderate fast, with the Revo EXD, which is a 5.4 to 1 gear ratio reel. Next up, breaking it, we have another 711 heavy winch series Veritas. This is also another deep cranking rod as well as a big spinner bait rod. And this one's just got the Revo winch on there, 5.4 to 1 gear ratio reel. Next up, this is a Veracity rod. It's a 6'10" medium light, paired up with the Revo S 6.6 to 1. And as you can see, I use it for jerkbait fishing. This is one of my first rods that I ever bought from Abu Garcia, and I absolutely love that rod. This is the first rod I ever bought from Abu Garcia, and this is what got me into Abu Garcia rods and reels. This is the Veritas 2.0 winch series rod. It's a 7'6" medium heavy, moderate fast, with a Aura winch reel, which is a 5.4 to 1 gear ratio reel. And I throw my medium diving crankbaits on here as well. And then next up, this is a Veritas PLX Tournament Edition rod. It's a 7'2" medium, fast action with a brand new Revo SX 7.3 to 1 gear ratio reel. And this I use for my deeper diving jerkbaits, as well as just your standard jerkbaits, but I typically like to throw the deeper diving or my slightly bigger jerkbaits, just because I like to cast this a little further. This casts not a ton further, but a little bit further than that 6'10". Next up, this is the Abu Garcia winch rod. It's a 7.5 medium heavy with the Abu Garcia Zeta 7.1 to 1. And as you can see, I have a spinner bait on here, which I throw spinner baits, bladed jigs, swim bait heads, and underspins on that rod. Then probably my most favorite rod of all time, just because crankbaiting is my favorite thing to do. This is a Veritas winch rod. It's a 7-foot medium, moderate fast with the Revo STX, which is a 6.6 to 1 gear ratio reel. And this rod I throw square bills, flat-sided crankbaits, and these are my shallower diving deep. They're slightly bigger than your standard square bill and whatnot. So I like to throw that rod with my crankbaits. And like I said, this is probably my favorite rod, one of them at least. Next up, this is the Pro Series rods. It's a 7.3 medium heavy, moderate fast. It's designed by Pro Hank Cherry, which he is no longer with Abu Garcia, but he made this before he left. And then I got a Revo SX on here, which this one is a 6.7 to 1, I believe. Yeah, 6.7 to 1. And as you can see, I have a swim bait head on there, but typically swim bait head, spinner bait, bladed jig. And this rod, I like this one a little bit better for skipping docks. And this is more of like my open water casting rod, which I do cast this in open water too, but because this is slightly shorter, I like to skip with this one. And then next up, just like this rod, swim jig and buzzbait rod. Basically, same thing here. Veritas PLX 7.3 medium heavy, Revo MGX. The only difference is it's a MGX HS, which is an 8 to 1 gear ratio. The only difference is I got this in the left-handed, just so that way, you know, depending on how I'm fishing the bank, I can fish either way. And I'm ambidextrous, so it don't really matter which reel I have. I prefer right-handed reels, but I do use left-handed sometimes. Next up, or lastly, for my moving baits rods, this is a winch rod. It's a 7-foot medium heavy, moderate fast with the Revo Premier. This one is the 6.6 to 1 gear ratio reel. And this rod I primarily got for throwing lipless crankbaits because it's got a slightly stouter tip than what this rod does. So when I'm in grass or anything like that, I can rip it out and rip that grass off. So those are my moving baits. And then we'll move on to my pitching and flipping setup. So next up, I'm gonna put these two categories together. So this section right here is my flipping and pitching / frogging. And then this setup, or these setups, are my finesse baits. So first off, in the moving bait, the flipping and pitching baits, this is a Pro Series 7.3 medium heavy. 7.3 medium heavy fast. This was designed by Josh Bertrand. It is a worm rod. And I have a Zeta 7.1 to 1 on here. And just like the name of the rod, this is designed for worm fishing. So I'll throw a weightless Senko or like a Texas rigged worm, or like a speed worm style worm where I'm gonna buzz it across the surface. So there's that rod. Next up, this rod is a Veracity rod. It's a 7.3 medium heavy fast action with the Revo SX Rocket, which is a 9 to 1 gear ratio reel. And what I use this for is Texas rigging, as well as I throw casting jigs on here, and I also throw like swing head jigs. Next up, this is a Veritas PLX. It is a 7-foot extra fast heavy with the Revo X. The only difference is I upgraded the handle and the spool. I put a shallow spool on here because all I'm doing with this is flipping and pitching either a flipping jig, or I'm going to be throwing slightly heavier weights around cover. And that's what that rod and reel combo is for. Next up, this is my frog rod. So this is a 7.3 medium heavy Veritas with the Revo X 7.3 to 1. And all I do with this is frog fish, and that's it. Next up, this is a Jordan Lee rod. It's designed specifically for flipping. It's a 7'6" heavy fast action with the Revo X 7.3 to 1. What I use this for is I frog fish with it, and I also use this for flipping heavy cover with like 1 ounce weights. And the reason I will say I use this for frog fishing is because I like to use the 7.6 for longer casts and the 7.3s for like skipping docks or just when I'm closer combat fishing. To whereas this, I can get away from the boat further. But this is also an awesome flipping and pitching rod. It's very sensitive. Next up, this is a Veritas 7.6 medium heavy fast with the Revo SX 7.3-1. And I use this for football head jigs and swing head jigs. I also use this for casting jigs once in a while, but typically I'm throwing a football head on this. I do throw bigger shaky heads on here, so my heavier shaky heads with big worms, that's what I throw on here. And then getting into the finesse category. This one kind of goes hand in hand with the finesse and the flipping and pitching, because I use this rod here for my finessier style baits, but it also does finesse swim jigs I throw on here. I throw smaller shaky heads. I throw smaller swim bait heads. I've thrown Texas, a lightweight Texas rig on here quite a few times. But this is a Veritas PLX Tournament Edition 7-foot medium heavy fast, paired up with the Revo SX 7.3-1. And then next up, this rod and reel is kind of very versatile for me. This is a 610 medium heavy Veritas with the Revo SX Rocket 9-to-1 gear ratio reel. And as you can see, I have an underspin on here, which typically I used to throw these on a spinning rod, but I'm really liking these compact, smaller rods for finesse baits. But I use this rod and reel in particular for underspins, really small swim bait heads. I use it a lot for throwing a power shot, which is a drop shot just for around heavier cover. You're not going to use a spinning rod for. Next up, this rod, I really like this rod for throwing these small spinner baits as well as small bladed jigs. This is the Vendetta. It's a 7-foot medium fast paired up with that Zeta 7 1-to-1. And this is a 3/16 ounce spinner bait, and this thing can cast it a mile. I absolutely love this combo for throwing that bait, as well as my smaller, the Mini Max, the bladed jigs. Next up, this is my finesse crankbait rod. This is the Ike Delay series. It's a 6'8" medium with the Aura SX 6.4-to-1 gear ratio reel. And as you can see, I have a Berkley Fritz Side size 5 Junior, which is just a smaller version, very light. This rod and reel honestly is, for how old this reel is, as a bait caster, this thing can launch these little baits very far. So I was very impressed with that, and I'm super excited to use that a little more this year. So that is my flipping and pitching / finesse baits. Next, I'm going to go to spinning rods, and then last I'll do my big bait rods. Next up, we got spinning rods. So I'm going to start with these two down here. These rods here are designed, I use these for my more finesse moving baits. So like this rod is a Veritas PLX Tournament Edition. It's a 7'6" medium. And I got that paired up with the Zeta 6.2-to-1 size 30 reel. And you can see I got a ball head jig on here. What I like to use this rod for is underspins, swim baits, or smaller swim baits. And I also use this for spy baits. Next up, this is the Ike Finesse Series rod. It's a 7-foot medium paired up with the SX size 30. And this is also a 6.2-to-1 gear ratio reel. And again, I use this one more for like my smaller crankbaits. And I also use spy baits, and I use small jerk baits on this rod. Next up we have, so this one is a Veritas PLX, 6'9" medium light, paired up with the Revo X size 30, 6.2 to 1 gear ratio reel. And this rod is used for my smaller Ned rigs. I use it for drop shotting. And I also use this for my lighter Damiki rigs. And then this rod, this is a Veritas 7-foot medium light with the Revo MGX, 6.2 to 1 size 30. And all this rod does is I throw drop shots on here, and I will from time to time throw a very light Nico rig. Oh, getting loud. Oh, one other thing, I throw Nico rigs on this rod as well. Next up, this is a Pro Series rod. This is the Justin Lucas shaky head / Nico rig rod. It's a 7'1" medium with the Revo Rocket. This is a 7/6 to 1 spinning reel size 30. I use this for Ned rigs, wacky worms, the Damiki rig, shaky heads, or not shaky heads, sorry. Nico rigs, and I feel like I'm missing something. Maybe not. Yeah, I don't think I'm missing anything. So that's what I use that rod for. Next up, this is a Jordan Lee rod. This is the 7-foot medium shaky head rod with a Revo X size 30, 6.2 to 1 gear ratio reel. And what I use this rod for is I throw tube jigs on here, I throw blade baits, as well as my heavier Ned rigs or weedless Ned rigs. And I also throw shaky heads on here a lot. And then this rod, this is basically the same as what this last rod was. I throw the same exact stuff on it. The only difference is it's a Veritas 7-foot medium with a Revo STX size 30, 6.2 to 1 gear ratio reel. And then this rod, this is a 7-foot medium Verocity rod with the Revo SX size 20, 6.2 to 1 gear ratio reel. And this rod I actually use a lot of times for wacky worming and the Damiki rig. And I also use this for shaky heads and bigger Ned rigs. And I will throw a tube jig on here from time to time. And then this rod here, this is the Fenwick HMG. It is a 6'9" medium. It is a walleye rod, and the reason it's called a walleye rod is because the bass rod are a split grip, to whereas this is one full single grip. But the reason I bought the walleye rod in the 6'9" medium is because I bought this for the Damiki rig using forward-facing sonar, and I really like the tip on this rod. It's going to be awesome for shaking a minnow. And then this is the Revo SX size 30, 6.2 to 1 gear ratio reel. And like I said, this is going to throw my Damiki rigs, but I'll also use this for just a jig head with like a grub, or just if I'm going to bounce a minnow on the bottom, that's what I'm going to use that for. And then lastly, in the spinning rods, we have the Fenwick Eagle. This is a 6'6" medium heavy. As you can see, it's a bass rod with the Revo X size 30, 6.2 to 1 gear ratio reel. The reason I bought this rod, and I bought it for one thing in particular, it's a 6'6" medium heavy, like I said, and the reason I bought it as a 6'6" is because being that it's shorter, I can make extremely pinpoint casts. I can skip this very well up under docks, and then the reason I bought it as a medium heavy is because it's a stouter rod and I can kind of horse the fish out. Normally you don't do that with a spinning rod, but this rod I'll be able to because it is stouter, and that's the reason I got that one. And then last, we'll be going over personally my favorite swim bait rods. You can't beat catching fish on big baits. So we'll get those ones up and I'll show you them. All right, like I said, probably one of my favorite ways to catch fish, just because just the bite in general is awesome. Throwing a big bait, you can't beat it. So we're gonna start with this rod. This is a Powell Nuisance. It's a 7'6" mag medium heavy with the Revo S. This is a this is a 7-3-1, and as you can see, I have a Berkley Nessie on there. This is a 7-inch. So this rod basically just throws my smaller glide baits or smaller swim baits, and I also will throw like my smaller, or not smaller, my slightly bigger swim bait head. Sorry, I had to think about that one. Oh, and I'll also throw big top waters on this rod. Next up, this is a Veritas PLX. It's a 7'9" heavy fast with the Revo Beast 7-3-1. And this rod here, I like to use for my A-rigs, as well as like my 6-inch Huddlestons. And what else do I throw on here? Just any, really honestly, any like 6 to 7-inch single hook swim bait I'll throw on here, and then an Alabama rig. I don't really throw too many treble hook baits on this because it's such a stout rod. Next up, this is a 13-5 black swim bait rod. It is a 8-foot heavy fast with the Revo Beast. This is a 7-1-1 Revo Beast. This is the original. And I throw on here my my 7 and 8-inch glide baits on this rod, and I will throw a big top water on here from time to time. Next up, this is the Fenwick Elite. It's a 8-foot heavy fast with the Revo Inshore. This is a 7-3-1 reel, and I throw on here 7 to 8-inch glide baits, my 6 to 8-inch swim baits, this is the 13 Fishing Muse Black swim bait rod. It is a 8-foot extra heavy fast action with the Revo Toro S, which is a 5-3-1. Sorry, I forgot I got the slower speed of this. So I bought this rod and reel honestly specifically for throwing 8-inch Huddlestons, the single hooked, heavy, big, soft plastic swim baits, just because this is a stout rod. So when I set the hook on that single hook bait, it really penetrates really well. And lastly, this is my favorite, honestly, combo, other than this one. I haven't even used this one yet, but I'm super excited for that one. But this one is probably my favorite. This is the Dobyns Champion XP. It's a 8-foot mag heavy fast action with the Revo Toro Beast high speed, which is the 6-2-1 on this one. Yeah, 6-2-1. As you can see, this rod throws my big 10-inch glide baits. So I throw 9 to 10-inch glide baits on this rod, as well as I will throw my 8-inch coal shads on here. Basically any treble hooked big bait, that's what this rod and reel throws. So thank you for watching. That is my 2025 rod and reel arsenal, and I cannot wait to get fishing. Me and my buddy are gonna go out this Saturday, I'm hoping, as long as the weather stays the way it is. And yeah, we'll catch you on the water hopefully in the next video. Thanks for watching.